There it is. Hi, I'm Jewel. All right, so here's Neptune in Aries coming up. Here it is, actually. And Neptune is in Aries is stand for something or fall for anything. Because what is Aries? Aries is Mars, the warrior. Where are my cards? The warrior, but it's not just the warrior, it's the beginner. So that's why it's the pioneer. And the warrior is the one who just takes an order, but who's the order from? And that's, I think, what we're misunderstanding in terms of warrior. The one who gives the order, who is that? Is that your soul? Who's ordering you to act? What is the instinctive impetus that makes you go and do? That is an internal expression of beginning. That's all. So it's an infant. Aries is young, it's first. And that in itself is yang, because firstness is yang. Because yang goes and does, it's agential, it's an agent, it's the actor. But what is the feminine? What is the actress? Well, the actress, the feminine, then reacts. Now, reaction is deeply misunderstood in a yang society, because in a yang society, things are good if they're first, if they are targeted, if they are assured, if they decide, if they act, if they're agential. I don't know if that's a word, but I like it and I make shit up. All right, so the agent does, but what does the reagent do? The reagent actually processes stuff. So what does the agent provide? The agent provides the impetus. That's the energy to begin. But that's all it is. There isn't anything else. Yang provides the initial push, but it doesn't make anything. So in Modernia, where we're so in love with novelty, new, let's have another baby. Let's push it, push the button, push it, push it. But we don't respect the reagent. We think the reagent is weak. And that's just not true. There isn't anything stronger than an amazing retort. What is the most powerful thing you can do to someone who's yelling at you? Your response matters. Your response has great power, but your response requires an internal process. That's yin. So my thing today is to say, stop being right. Stop needing to be right. Just rightness, righteousness, forget it. Let's stop it. Because we have plenty and more than plenty of right. There's so much right. It's right, I'm right, I did that right, I'm right, give me an award. Award me, I'm right, I did it right, I'm good. And good is the same as God. It's the same word, they just added an O to disguise it. Because what we want to say is we want to be good. Well, what we want to say is we want to be God. And godness is what we want. And God, in its masculine definition and its presentation, is God as a doer, and doing is yang, and yang is beginning. So we keep beginning, and we think it's righteous and good to keep beginning things. But what we are forgetting in our targeted active environment, what we've forgotten is to ingest. So why do we have problems with digestion? Because we haven't allowed ourselves to integrate the novelty. We just, the feminine is a responder. So it's hard to pull out of a situation which is the yin and which is the yang. But if you try, you end up getting a perspective that's a little different than what you thought or felt about it. Because thinking and feeling are the two antitheses. Thinking is yang, it's God. Thinking is good. Feeling is yin. And we say, oh, feelings are not good. They're not God. So what we need to get back to is that feelings are God and thinking is God. And the two have to come together within us to sort through that twisting DNA ladder. And that's what we're here for. Okay, so when Neptune, deeply feminine responder, goes into Aries, the very first Yangist projection of action, what's going to happen? Well, Neptune stands for everything because she's the all-inclusive goddess who includes everything into her cosmic body. She is the big womb, the big holder of life, of all life, yin and yang. And she's yin. And she loves everybody. She loves all her children, her murderers, her rapists, her lovers, her fucked up people, and her happy people, and the energies of all that. She's like, oh, come in, 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 you're out there, come in, come in. That's Neptune. And so she is like illusion, delusion. I love they say delulu now for delusion. I love that. When you stand for everything, you have to be a goddess. Otherwise, you're just going to be a person who's falling for everything or anything. And so that is where we have our balance then. Where's your bullshit detector? You need it. Now, I fall for everything. I'm very Neptunian. I have the moon next to Neptune. I have my Jupiter at the top of my chart. Like you can see me just being a big fat sucker, Jupiter and Pisces. Really nice, really, really kind. Just, I'll give you the shirt off my back. And boy, I'm a target for that. And people are, oh, there's that cosmic lady. All right. Oh, and then the ruler of my chart is Mercury, because I'm Gemini rising. And that is in the 12th house, which is Neptune's house. I'm always in disguise. Who am I? Okay, I'm always disguising, or I can play any part. Now, there's a lot of psychology and psychiatry going around and has been for a while now, about a century. And it's replacing this mythology that we need. These stories, these mythological stories, we need these. These are the stories that speak to our inner self, to our soul selves. Because our brainiac self is very logical, linear yang. But our soul self is very mushy. She wants to understand how the pieces fit together. And she wants to see how long the story has been told. She's very big. And she can be very gentle, or she can be freezing rain. But the point is, how gullible are we? With Neptune and Aries, we will be gullible to the things that are novel, the Aries, the pioneering things. So I'm just wondering, which way will it go? Will it go away from us? Like, I'm going to just see that illusion out there. I'm going to see that, oh, they're doing a war. Oh, isn't that somehow romantic? I don't know. But the ideal behind it is so wonderful. And we'll just do this. It's like Trump turning Gaza into a beautiful casino with a beach. That's definitely Neptune in Aries in action. It's like, no, you're missing all the parts of the people, all the human suffering that has happened. So Neptune is very good at just glossing over horror. Neptune in Aries is going to challenge us to be more precise. So we have to use our other characters that have the ability to be precise to help us through this, to navigate through this elusive time. And it's about 14 years starting now. And so Neptune in Aries is a long period, almost a generation, where we must use our other gods. This is why I hate monotheism. It's just, it's left brain. Monotheism is left brain. It promotes what? Capitalism. Capitalism says the way it is now. I think, okay, capitalism is the idea that if we compete with each other and we're in a friendly competition, we'll make wonderful things. And that's a great idea. I don't have any problem with that. But the way it is now, it's not capitalism, it's monotheism. It's mono-economicism. Because there's so few players that have the resources. That's mono. That's not capital. But the problem with capital and mono is that they have the same thing, one head. Capitalism likes one head. There's the capital, the capit is the head. So capitalism is like, it's a monarchical idea. And so it doesn't fit with democracy because demos is people. Capital is one head, one CEO, one king, one boss, one thought. This is the one God. Capital, the head, and the head rules. And the left brain thinks that it's the only thing in our heads. It doesn't know that there is actually a lot more going on in our heads. That we actually have an amorphous, artistic, holistic part of our brain that is monumental. Because the left brain is a yang thing and he only sees the parts. So there you have it. So as Neptune, that amorphous, giant, holistic creature who loves too much, is going to be wearing a warrior's costume with a spear, pointing out, oh, this and that. But see, what she's pointing out, you don't know if it's illusory or she made it up, or if she's saying that this bad guy is good because she's Neptune and she loves everybody. You see how this can be very confusing. So what we need to, what we need to do is sort through our other characters. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be looking at what other characters in the story will be helpful in guiding us through this time of warlike illusion. Because that's kind of the two words that you have to deal with here. Okay, so our core then, what is your core issue? Well, your personal core is your own personal story. And you get your chart ruler, and your chart ruler then really describes your core journey. And every person has whatever your ascendant is, the planet that rules that ascendant, that sign, and the house that it's in will describe your soul's path. So come to me and I will help you sort that out. That's what I do. The society's core issue coming up for the next 10 years or more is Aries, but at least 5 years for Aries. All these big planets, Saturn's going in, Neptune's going in, and there's going to be conjunctions and eclipses, and it's just going to be wild. So Aries, what do we know about initiation? What do we know about being first? What do we know about yangness? And what do we know about the one? We have to learn to incorporate our one soul into the millennium, to the myriad, to the holistic story, because you are one thread in a tapestry. You're that little pink dot there in my wall painting. I used to do a lot of these. I change and move on from one medium to another because I'm always interested in how that one will work. That's how I do things. I go, oh, that's interesting. Let me paint that. Let me touch it. Let me color it. Then I find out. How do you find out things? Do you use your mind, your hands, your heart? Do you hug? What do you do? So that's the story. See how you operate, how you respond, how you react to what is projected onto you. Do you let it bounce off? Should it bounce off? Or do you incorporate it, bring it into your body, digest it, and feel it. Can you do all of those things? That's how it works for me. Does it work that way for you? Do you know your process? Because yin is a processor. Yin is the factory. The body, the physical body, is the factory. Women have the factory that makes new people. Men have the factory that creates projective actions. So when men rule things, they say, we've got to find the one thing. Let's find the one enemy. Let's find the one friend. Let's find the one reason. That's what men do. But women don't work like that. Women are holistic because we have a processor that includes the energy of other. We get the sperm. We're the egg, we get the sperm. The sperm doesn't really know what's happening. The sperm is just energy that goes and activates. It gets into the egg, it's gone. The egg takes all that energy and uses it to process the next thing. So what we have here is difference in size, and we're talking about equality. Well, what's equality? How is this tiny microscopic sperm equal to this gigantic egg? Who's more important? In monotheism, we say that the sperm is more important than the egg, but the egg's always there. And the sperm dies if it doesn't hit the target. But guess what? There's something that makes another one. So they're very different, you see. For men to identify as women, it's just dumb. If you're this, you're not this. Just, you're not. It doesn't mean you're not good. It doesn't mean that you're wrong or bad. It just means that you're not this, you're this, or you're this and you're not that. So we need to simplify, need to calm down, and we need to come together. So that's my job. And I do that for myself. And I do that for my friends, for my clients, for my people. I try and find who's your wiggly part and who's your stable, eggy part. Because if you can identify those parts, you can bring them together in your one soul. Voila. Okay, Neptune and Aries. Isn't it interesting? We'll have more.